everybody! For this week's creative crafting, we are going to make some 4th of July lanterns out of paper. All you're going to need is paper, something to write with, a stapler or tape, and some scissors. And you might even want something to decorate with. First, you will want to take your paper, any color you want, and I would just go crazy decorating it. However you think that you want to make it is up to you. So for my example, I'm going to leave it blank, and actually I'm going to decorate mine after. So you'll start with your paper, and you're going to actually fold it in half. When you fold it in half, you're going to want to have it be lengthwise. What that means is when you fold it, it's going to be long, almost like how a hot dog looks. For the next part, you're actually going to take your paper and make sure it's facing the right way. So you have the side with a fold, and then you have the open side. So what you'll do is you'll take your folded side and make that so it's facing you and that the opening is facing away from you. So you'll take your item that you can write with, and you're just going to draw lines across. I'm going to start at the edge. I started all the way at the edge because I'm going to do many of these going all the way across. So if you take a look, I started drawing from where the fold is. And I drew my line all the way, but not to the edge. I stopped drawing and I left a little bit of empty space. So when you go through and cut, you won't be cutting all of it off. Make sure that you do this when you're drawing all your lines. You'll only draw it almost to the top and leave a space. For the next part, you will need your scissors. So you can do that, or you can ask for some help with those if you need it. And you will cut exactly where you drew the lines. So make sure, just like how we stopped the line, you'll cut all the way and then just stop cutting when the line runs out. I'm gonna go through and cut them all real quick myself. When you unfold everything you cut, you can open it up like a book, and you'll see all your cuts went along that fold. So what you'll do next is you're gonna actually roll it up so that it looks just like a lantern. The way I find best is to actually sort of lay it flat and make it so this pointed folded edge just lays down like a book. So you have that. You're gonna take each of the two ends of it and you're gonna bring them up together, just like this. And when the two ends are brought together, you kind of get that lantern shape. I'll try to show you one more time. So if you wanted to hold it up like this, you could bring both ends around to each other. just like that. And again, you still have that shape. So you can either keep it pinched yourself or ask for help, help somebody else keep it pinched for you so that it doesn't come apart. And you'll see the two little spots that you have connected. You need something to hold that there. So what I'm gonna do is just overlap it just a little bit, like that, and kind of just pinch it there. So you can either connect it with glue, tape, or a stapler, whatever you think is easiest. I think the stapler's easiest. So if you do use this, just be careful with it. So I've got my hand on there, and I'm just gonna staple that little overlap together. And that's gonna hold together one end. I'm gonna do the same thing at the bottom. It's still kind of disconnected. So we'll, again, overlap them a little bit and connect them. And as you push it together, you kind of see it gets that lantern shape. So I have my strip of paper ready to go. You can do a strip of paper or you can do a string, whatever kind of works with what you have in the house. And all we're gonna do is make this into the handle that goes right on the top of the lantern. So once I connect it, it'll actually sit right here like a handle would. So what I'm gonna do for this part is actually just use 2 pieces of tape. That way I can just stick it right on the inside. Got my tape on there, and then I can actually just stick it right onto the inside. Second piece of tape on the other end, and then same thing, stick it right to the inside. And now you've actually got your lantern. So if you want to have fun with it, this is kind of when you got to get creative and see what you can do to add to it. I looked around and I was able to find some really cool ribbon that I want to put on mine. I think a cool spot would be maybe right around the top like this. So I'm gonna add that, and then I'm going to actually, I made a couple little cutouts and shapes that I'm gonna put on top. This says USA. And then I got a couple stars. So I'm gonna put these on the outside too, and then I will show you the finished product. If you want to connect these type of things, it's up to you how you want to do that. I'm actually just going to staple them on and maybe even use a little tape for some of them.